A bicycle is one of the simplest machines we use, yet it does something that seems almost impossible. It has only two narrow wheels supporting it, no extra legs or supports, and a rider constantly moving above it. When standing still, a bicycle easily falls over, but the moment it starts moving, everything changes. Somehow, the wheels, the frame, the steering, and the rider all work together to create balance. There are invisible forces and small adjustments happening every second that keep the bicycle upright. But what exactly allows a bicycle to stay balanced while moving? And what's the hidden physics creating that possibility? Let's find out right here on History of Simple Things. The first major factor behind bicycle balance is the motion of the wheels. When a bicycle moves forward, its wheels begin spinning and create something called angular momentum. This gives the wheels a tendency to maintain their current motion, making sudden changes in direction more difficult. Because of this, the bicycle becomes more resistant to immediately falling sideways. However, the idea that spinning wheels alone keep a bicycle upright is not completely true. While wheel rotation helps, it is only one part of the explanation. The real reason bicycles stay balanced comes from several forces working together, including the movement of the wheels, the steering system, and the rider's ability to make quick adjustments. The design of the bicycle itself is another important part of maintaining balance. One major feature is called trail, which describes how the front wheel is positioned compared to the steering axis. This design causes the front wheel to naturally react when the bicycle begins leaning. If the bicycle starts falling to one side, the front wheel tends to turn slightly in that direction, helping move the bicycle back underneath the rider. This creates a self-correcting effect that happens almost instantly. Engineers carefully design bicycles with these features because even small changes in the frame and steering can greatly affect how stable and easy the bicycle is to control. The rider is also a key part of the balancing process. A bicycle is not completely stable on its own, so the rider must constantly make tiny corrections while moving. These adjustments happen through steering, shifting body weight, and controlling speed. When the bicycle starts leaning, the rider naturally turns the handlebars toward the direction of the lean. Although this seems like it would make the bicycle fall further, the turn actually helps bring the wheels back underneath the rider's center of gravity. These movements happen so quickly that experienced cyclists often do them without thinking. The rider and bicycle work together as one balancing system. Speed also plays an important role in keeping a bicycle stable. When moving very slowly, balancing becomes much harder because the bicycle has less momentum, helping it recover from small changes. This is why riding extremely slowly or trying to balance while almost stopped requires more effort. As the bicycle gains speed, the wheels spin faster and the bike responds more smoothly to steering adjustments. However, speed is not the only thing keeping the bicycle upright. A fast-moving bicycle can still become unstable if the rider loses control, or if outside forces like uneven roads, strong wind, or sudden obstacles interfere with the motion. The bicycle's structure and center of gravity also affect how easily it can stay balanced. The height of the frame, the position of the rider, the size of the wheels, and the distribution of weight all influence the bicycle's behavior. A lower center of gravity usually helps improve stability because it reduces how far the bicycle can move away from its balanced position before needing correction. This is why different bicycles are designed with different goals. A racing bicycle is made to be lightweight and responsive, while other bicycles focus more on comfort and steady control. The materials and shape of the frame also influence how the bicycle reacts to movement, especially during turns or sudden changes in direction. Engineers carefully adjust these features so each bicycle can perform properly depending on how it is meant to be used. Interestingly, some bicycles can remain upright for a short period without a rider. Certain specially designed bicycles have shown that their geometry and motion can create temporary stability, even without human control. However, normal bicycles still rely heavily on the rider because real-world conditions are unpredictable. Roads are rarely perfectly smooth, and small changes in the environment can affect movement. The rider acts like a control system, constantly making adjustments to maintain balance. Every movement, from a small handlebar turn to a slight shift in body position, helps keep the bicycle moving in the right direction. Even experienced cyclists are constantly correcting their path, although these actions become so natural that they barely notice them. A bicycle stays balanced while moving because multiple systems are working together at the same time. The spinning wheels provide stability, the bicycle's design helps correct movement, and the rider constantly reacts to changes in balance. No single factor completely explains why a bicycle does not fall. Instead, it is the result of physics, engineering, and human coordination combining into one smooth process. What feels like a simple everyday activity is actually a complicated interaction happening every moment the bicycle moves. The next time you ride a bicycle, remember that staying upright is not just a skill, it is an amazing example of science quietly working in the background. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.